AI is drastically changing the way that people search for businesses, find products, and find recommendations. No longer are we searching things into Google. There's a small shift happening where more and more people are going to ChatGPT to find answers to their problems and get product recommendations. It's actually crazy, but we're at the forefront. And if we don't adapt to this, we're going to be left behind. So here's the thing. I was at the airport yesterday and I was sitting there and I was being nosy. The person sitting in front of me was like, "Oh, what are good hotels in Cancun?" And then ChatGPT just pops out a response. Traditionally, I'm kind of old. I would have searched that into Google. I would have read a blog post about it, and that's not happening anymore. But where do you think ChatGPT got that information from? Those recommendations. Probably from multiple different blog posts, multiple websites, multiple hotel websites and hotel listings and reviews from not just from people, from TrustAdvisor, from Google, from everything. So that stuff is all over. And now it's not just taking information from one and ranking one solution. It's taking information from everything and pulling it together to provide an answer. And it's scary because a lot of my clients have been putting a lot of eggs into the SEO basket. And that's important, but it's not going to be the way of the future. Let me explain to you what I think the 3 things you should be doing are. So in this video, we're going to talk about this right here. Content first. This is a new approach that everyone should be doing to focus on growing their business and getting more people to know that they exist. Having opinions, this is something that AI just can't do and probably won't be able to do. So you're going to be polarizing and you're going to separate yourself and you're going to stand out, because where do you think AI looks to for opinions? People's content, right? So if you're using AI to write content, it's not going to have opinions. So you got to be authentic. And the other thing is omnipresence. You want to be everywhere. You want to show your face everywhere so they start to know that you exist and they trust you. And the more content you have out there, the more information you're giving AI to look through, to pull and represent, to pull from and show to the customer or the person searching. So let's just walk through some of these things. Content first, I think, is huge, especially when it's authentic content. The workflow that we use, the framework that we use is video. This is usually a longer form video, 5 to 10 minutes, explaining something, answering questions, and being the expert in your field. Then we turn that video, the transcript, into a blog post, because this video should have opinions. And if this video has opinions, then this blog post should have opinions. And now the video also goes on the blog post. It's embedded in there. YouTube's part of Google. YouTube's a search engine. And my hot take is that next year, video is going to lead the way. Video content is going to lead the way because it's a lot harder to spoof. It's a lot harder to regurgitate. It's a lot harder to just be bland and general. Then we're going to turn this into social media posts so that you can show up everywhere. And then we're going to turn this into Twitter posts and Facebook posts and opinions and captions and thought leadership. You need to slowly become the expert. You need to share your information, your values, have opinions, and be bold. So when your strategy starts, this is the difference here. When your strategy starts with a video that is authentic and informative and entertaining, the rest of the stuff that trickles from that is going to have the same characteristics, okay? But if your content starts with something that is just AI generated and bland, the rest of your content is going to have that effect. And so we want to stay away from this. We want to use AI as a tool to leverage this content and get it everywhere, instead of using it as the driver, instead of using it as the artist and the creator. If you're using AI as the creator, you're going to get a bunch of generic bullshit that nobody actually wants to read or watch. But if you're using it as the vehicle to achieve omnipresence, you're going to win a lot faster. So onto opinions. Omnipresence is crazy, so get ready for that. But onto opinions. AI doesn't have opinions. No opinions. It's trained that way. Opinions. You guys are pool builders. It doesn't care. Doesn't matter how it's spelled. AI doesn't have opinions. And the reason for that is it's trained that way. It can't spread misinformation, and sometimes opinions have that. And so what do you think is going to happen in the world if all the content we consume, everything that we see is just generic, bland, with no personality, no opinions, no hot takes? Like, you see the rise of people like Charlie Kirk and Jordan Peterson and even Alex Hormozy and Gary Vee. Like, they're very opinionated. They're not always right, but they're opinionated, and it gets people motivated, gets people behind them. If Charlie Kirk sat there and was just right in the middle when he's complaining about things, or when he's preaching about things or arguing with these people, it wouldn't work. It's entertaining, and those opinions align people with him. The people who like him really like him. The people that hate him really hate him. And if you're not polarizing, you can't have one or the other. Now, in your opinions, I say stay away from religion and politics. Stay away from that unless that is like 100% your focus. If you're a Christian business and that's your focus, lean into it, of course. But have opinions on like what's good and what's bad. AI is not going to be able to determine that. If I asked AI right now, is this bad? It's going to give me a really bland response. If I say, is it good? It's going to say, yeah, it's pretty good, but here's some other options. And you want to be polarizing and you want to have strong opinions. With this content first approach, it's really going to be about, here's my opinion, and here's why. That's what you're explaining in this video. I have an opinion, let me explain why. Because people are looking for that. People want that information. This is the best. This is why getting a heated pool is so important. Boom, explain it, because some people aren't going to agree with you. Here's why spending $100,000 on your backyard makes your neighbors jealous. Boom, explain it. Like, have those strong opinions and lean into it, because AI is not going to do that, and you want to separate yourself. The third part is omnipresence. And this is really just showing up everywhere. Now with AI, you can leverage all of these tools to create one thing that's authentic, that people actually care about, and get it everywhere. Writing a blog post from a transcript takes seconds. Now, there should be a lot of checks and a lot of filters that make sure it's fact checked, it's authentic, and it aligns with this video or with the video you create, because otherwise it's gonna just generic it. But this is like, imagine this, imagine creating one video a day. Like this is what we're doing on this channel, honestly. One of these videos, 5 to 10 minutes, I sit down, I ramble, we turn it into a bunch of short form videos that go out on Shorts and all of the other pages. We create a transcript from this, we put that on a blog post, and then we create posts and captions and things like that over here that can go out as just text for thought leadership. And we can get like, on the two different channels, we're probably doing like 7 pieces a day, I would say. Yeah, around that. 4 to 7 pieces a day, a mid form, a few short form. It's insane. And it's so easy. And so you could do it too and have that omnipresence. This is how everything's going to grow. This is how everything's going to lean into it. You're going to be able to crush it, but you need to follow these 3 things. You need to switch your marketing strategy to be a content first approach with authentic stuff leading the way. You need to have strong opinions. No more of this bland bullshit. Like, you're a business owner, you care about things, you like things, you hate things, you do think some things are better. And if the homeowner asked you, you would absolutely tell them. So be that person, be that leading authority figure. And then you want to have the omnipresence. You want to show up everywhere, because the more people that see you, the more people know you exist, the more people like you. Also, more people hate you, but that's okay. And the more money you're going to make. So when you lean into all of these things, you're going to start crushing it as a business owner. More people are going to want to buy pools from you, and you're going to be happy. The other thing, bonus tip that comes into play when you are creating content with opinions, people like you more and they trust you more, because nobody else has the balls to say it. Nobody else has the balls to say those things. And so what happens is demand goes up, and if demand goes up, so do your prices. And you can charge more for the same service because more people know you exist and they actually like you and they actually trust you. So this is what 2026 is going to look like, and I hope you start preparing now. If you want help with that, there's a button in the description for a discovery call. We can see if it's a good fit and if it's something I can just do a done for you strategy where we create the videos, write the blog post, put out the social media content and everything else, and help position you as the expert and prepare for AI.